I returned, briefly, to the city of my birth, a place that I have fled from and returned to many times. I find even passing into the city limits harrowing for all the ghosts that wait for me there. My mother is not a ghost yet. She remains still. Our relationship is strained, but we gloss over the accusations in our shared history. She could have saved us, but she remained. My father was a gifted, magnetic, attractive, highly intelligent man, a genius according to Mensa, he'd chuckle, but he was also damaged, tormented, dark, and violent, a touch-flame temper, and a quick fist. The painful act of loving this deeply troubled and abusive man defines us all still, a decade and a half after his death, those of us that remain. Now that he is gone, she can forgive me for taking his gaze from her on his good days, and I tell myself that I have forgiven her for not taking his gaze from me and my soft as muck little brother who lived on my hip, my back, under my bed. My brother did not have my resilience, my ghost brother. My mother stopped living in the present when my father died. His glasses, tools, and clothes still surround her. She will part with nothing. The rocking horse is mine. He told me so, but she withholds it. The carvings that occupied his hands in the evenings keep her company now. I was forbidden to touch them, or his carving knives, but they called to me always. I bear the scars, both real and remembered, for my misdemeanors. I broke the fingers of the Jesus. My shame was so deep that he spared me. There were other carvings, many others, but my father destroyed the things he loved. I remember a glorious carriage with 12 fine horses, tiny leather bridles, splinters, and a trail of blood from the punch of a thick glass door. I studied it while I ate my breakfast, wondering if I would be reprimanded for not cleaning it up, but scared to touch the shattered wood unless that too was wrong. I asked my mother if I could photograph the carvings. She was protective at first, but agreed. I worked quickly. I can only bear so much time in the squalor that she finds comfort in. Reluctant recollections threaten me from every musty, cluttered corner. I lay in bed that night, preparing to sleep, but my eyes snapped open. Where was the beautiful lady with the towel on her head? Where was the other Jesus, the green lady, the tall, curvy horse? An inventory I had no idea I possessed scrolled through my mind. I couldn't sleep for crying, envisaging my father's legacy stolen, lost forever, to someone who had no notion of the potent heritage that they held. My nephew was dispatched at sunrise, and the majority of the carvings located, some hidden and some put out of the way of workmen. I cried again, this time with relief. I had not understood my attachment to them until that long, tearful night. I returned to photograph the missing carvings, alone this time, as my mother was away. It was the first time that I've been alone with them since my childhood. I wore my angel suit for protection.